Do you believe that you can heal yourself? Too often we give our power away to something outside of ourselves, and rarely, if ever, trust and tap into our innate healing power and intuition. Everyone has this capability to heal in ways we never thought possible. It's your sovereign right to claim and have true health and lasting wellness. Now, here is the host of the Dr. Dolores Show, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer.
Well, welcome everybody, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our next episode on the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we are on the Inspired Choices Network. And today we're going to talk about aligned manifestation. Question for you: how often have you attempted to manifest something and it seems like it's daunting and it just never materializes? Or you have the intentions that you want something to happen, but there's like this huge disconnect as to it occurring, or it never shows up? I know I'm not alone here when I say this, and I think it's important to look at why that is so. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about aligned manifestation. And as you know, I was saying, it's like how often we become discouraged, particularly when we desire something so badly to manifest and it hasn't yet. And this could be a dream or a wish that you wanted for decades almost as well. In our episode today, we are going to delve deep into the powerful intersection of alignment, manifestation, and integrity, exploring how these concepts intertwine to shape our reality and our creations. So, I know for me, we've learned a lot over the last years with the law of attraction, and manifestation has been a big buzzword. And for those people who, probably in the last 20 years, we had the book The Secret and the movie The Secret on how to create your reality, where we had a lot of different uh, gurus at the time that were talking about manifestation and the law of attraction. And I think there's a couple of things that probably weren't addressed that are so vital that, we have to be, it's one thing to say, I want to create A, B, and C, and I want it like yesterday. Yet when we don't have the vibration and the frequency that's matching that, somehow it just doesn't materialize. It's like, yes, maybe it can, but sometimes there's just a little bit more about what manifestation is all about. And today we're going to take a deeper dive into looking more at the quantum physics aspects that may be important to be aware of. There's been a lot of talk these days about how, about our intentions, and also the power of the frequency of our vibration and where we are energetically. And let's just back up a little bit, because when we talk about quantum physics, we come from the approach that everything is energy. Okay? Everything is energy. What you see in my office space is a denser version of energy. Okay? Like our physical bodies are um, a denser vibration, but everything is a vibration and a frequency. This microphone that I'm talking into is a vibration and a frequency. The laptop that I'm using is a vibration and frequency. Even the pictures on the wall behind me are vibrations and frequencies. What we also have to add into the mix is that our emotions, including our feelings, the things that we experience or not experience, are also frequencies and energy. Our thoughts, what we say to ourselves and what we believe about ourselves, our beliefs, our energy and frequency. Our connectedness to ourself is all energy and frequency. We might not be able to see any of this, okay, because it's such as vibrating at such a higher frequency and less denseness that it's like sound waves that come through, but yet they are still energetic patternings. So when we talk about aligned manifestation, it refers to the concept of the process of consciously creating and attracting desired outcomes in life by aligning one's thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions with those desired outcomes. Okay. So it's like when we look at a block of Swiss cheese, okay, we have holes that are going everywhere. When our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions for those outcomes are not aligned, okay, it's like they're kind of doing their own thing. But when all the holes in the Swiss cheese align, where your thoughts, your beliefs, emotions, and also your actions come into alignment, it's like a bullet point. And I call it where the holes in the Swiss cheese align, and there's a straight shot to creating something and manifesting it more, and sometimes in a real rapid sequence if everything is just aligned just right. Okay, so I know some of you are thinking, oh, this is like magical thinking and all this other stuff. Not necessarily so, because everything is energy. And when we remember that and are aware of that, we become more mindful of that. So the other thing to remember too, aligned manifestation is also based on the idea that our thoughts and emotions have powerful influence on our reality, and aligning with them with what we want to manifest, we can more effectively bring those desires into existence. So, yes, you have to feel what it feels like to have something. Now, let's backtrack just a little bit. We have been programmed into our society as to not to feel, okay? Many of us have grown up in households possibly where we were told it's not okay to feel, just ignore those emotions, ignore what you're feeling, and it'll go away. Not necessarily so, because remember, everything is energy. Emotions are energy. When you partially experience them, not experience them, or stuff them, the energy has to go someplace. And a lot of times it's in our energy field until the energy field gets saturated and overwhelmed, and it's a tipping point and it goes into physical body. And then it starts raising amok of, different health concerns or issues that you might create for yourself. It's really that simple. Um, Yet society, as a way to disengage yourself from yourself, they tell you not to feel. And it's like to keep you in a different dimension. So sometimes we could be manipulated and controlled. And remember, this is all an unconscious dance. This is not something that we may be aware of, too. So what we are finding is that it's so necessary to experience your emotions, because this is like your inner barometer as to what your next steps are going to be for you, not your neighbor, not your spouse, not your siblings, not your kids, but for you. And that's where you're able to step into your power and to become your own, I want to say, Midas, to create the magic that you need in your life to create and manifest the things that you truly desire. So some of the key components of aligned manifestation are being really clear with your intentions, by clearly defining what you want to manifest, and, positive visualization, and not only visualizing, it's also feeling what it feels like to have that. Sometimes when you have no reference point for that, it's hard to really think that you're going to be able to manifest that, because you just don't even know where to start. I'm going to invite you to, if that happens to you, just take a deep breath and just go into daydream. Just imagine what it would be like to, start simple with, say you want to imagine yourself on a beach someplace. Just close your eyes, right now and just imagine yourself sitting on a beach. You're hearing the waves crashing on the shore, and you're feeling the warmth of the sun just bathing your skin and the slight breeze caressing. That's like what a visualization is. You may even feel your toes in the sand, and the sand feels warm to your bare feet. Those are just examples of embodying, sensations of what it would feel like to be there. It's like your body's getting a dose of it. Your mind is getting a dose of what it's like to be on that beach, but also you're feeling what it would feel like to be there. Maybe you're feeling really rested and comfortable and just like you're just sinking into the sand. All of that is a part of visualization, but also clarifying your intentions as well. So our visualization process is key as far as manifesting, but also being really crystal clear on what you want. Now, let's talk about being crystal clear. So sometimes we have a tendency to be so detail oriented in what we want, we have blinders on. This is where it's important to walk the fine line of too much information versus not enough. You want to make sure that whatever you create or want to manifest is aligned with who you are at a higher level. Too often we think we want to manifest something. Our energetic levels here, and that may be way up here, or it's too detailed and too many directions to give to the universe that maybe what you're truly desiring is not quite what the universe has in store for you. Okay. So we put so many details into things that we sometimes give them too much information, and it deters us from what we truly want on a deeper level, and which would be even more delicious and yummy than what we think we need. So this is where it's really important, I'm going to say, to just bullet points, very clear, very concise, and just feel what it feels like to have that. So it's about feeling the essence of what we would like to manifest. I also think too, circling back to The Secret, is that we were told, oh, all you need to do is just write a list and it'll create. Not necessarily so. The important pieces that I feel were missing was just feeling the energetic feel of what it is to have that. And that's a vibration, because like I was saying, you're right here, okay, with your energy, but sometimes what we want to create is vibrating way up here. So how do we get to that higher level to match the energy? Because you're down here and this is up here. We have to start raising our frequency to match this. It's already there for us. It's a mismatch sometimes in the energetic frequency. So how do we get and raise that energetic frequency? Working on yourself, stepping into feeling what the emotion is that you would like to have by having that creation. What is the feeling around that? What is the energy, the feeling? Feel what that feels like in your body, and just focus on what it would feel like to have that. Are you feeling joy? Are you feeling love? Are you feeling gratitude, appreciation? Just continue to focus on whatever that is, and that will raise your vibration and become closer to where you need to be. It's really that simple. It's not complicated. We as human beings think it has to be complicated to be really valuable. And I'm going to call BS on that, because that's an old paradigm and an old belief that needs to crumble. Things are way different. It's about honing into your energy and feelings, because when you are feeling, you're in the present moment, you're right here, right now, and you're able to create magic by raising your vibration and feeling what it feels like to have what you would desire. Okay. It's not like a what a, I'm going to say, some people say, well, that's just a bunch of baloney and stuff like that. No, it's not. This is how quantum physics works. So we're getting ready to go on our first break, and you've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer here on Inspired Choices Network, and we're talking about aligned manifestation today, and giving you some really good gold nuggets to allow you to step into your true manifestation power. So stay tuned, and we will continue on after the break.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're talking about aligned manifestation here today on the Dr. Dolores Show. And welcome, everybody. On our first segment, we were talking about how sometimes we desire something and it just hasn't manifested yet. And it might have been, something we've wanted for our whole life and it still hasn't manifested, like decades later. Well, what we kind of talked about was some of the aspects that came through The Secret, that was the book and the movie that came out probably 15 to 20 years ago. And there was such a big buzz on the law of attraction and manifestation, but I feel that they lost people and people weren't manifesting as they should because there were some crucial parts that were not addressed. And I think a lot of it has to do with feeling what it feels like to have that stuff, because that's an energy. And what we were talking about before the break is that when our energy is not aligned with what we want to create, there's like a gap there. So it's about bridging this gap so we get up to where the energy is of what we want to create, so it's there. One thing to remember with quantum physics and stuff like that, everything we ever wanted for ourselves is in our energy field. We're just maybe vibrating at a different vibration than what it is. So it's like we're ships passing in the night. And it's really about being more aware and tapping into the feel of what it feels like to have something, which will raise our vibration to match and allow it to align and create. Too often, many of us have, been stuck, got discouraged or disappointed, and that energy keeps our vibration low. So it's really good to have a lot of belief, faith, and trust that things are happening for us, not against us, even though it doesn't seem to be happening all that quick. Many of us are very impatient with ourselves and impatient with, waiting for something, because, many of us have probably come from other galaxies and places besides Earth before coming here, where maybe we had manifestation down and all we needed to do was think, and there it was. Boom. Wouldn't that be something? And it's not magical thinking. I feel that we have that capability. It's just about aligning and tapping to it. And to drive this home a little further, I feel it's important to say this. I crack up because I'm a big rock and gemstone person, and I really frequent a lot of gem and mineral shows. And every so often, there'll be this new mineral or gemstone that comes about. They say, oh, well, it's never been here on Earth before. Well, I beg to differ. It's probably always been here on Earth, yet it was vibrating at a higher frequency, and humanity's vibration wasn't high enough to see it. It was already here. It's already here in our energy field. So when we are able to humanity raises the frequency, all of a sudden you could see these things that you weren't able to see maybe 20 years ago, because humanity's vibration was at a lower frequency. It's something to ponder, and also something to take to heart as well. So as we move forward here in our conversation, we talked about clarity of intention, positive visualizations, having, belief, faith, and trust, and also alignment of your thoughts and emotions. Okay, I'm gonna drive that home because that is so, so, so important. Ensure that your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are in alignment with your desired outcome, avoiding doubt, fear, and negative thinking that might hinder your manifestation, but also keep your vibration in a lower state. Okay, because remember, it's about raising your vibration and frequency. When you are in love, fear, appreciation, joy, that raises your vibration. If you want the outcome of what you're trying to manifest to be yummy and delicious, just feel what it would feel like to have that. Those are the vibrations that you want to focus on. And then, of course, taking inspired action. Things just don't magically happen sometimes. Okay, I'm going to backtrack. Sometimes they do. But I feel that happens when you're in the flow of your life, where there's no effort or whatever. It's like you are matching the energies of what is already there in your energy field. So when I say talk about inspired actions, it's sometimes, people say, well, you got to create a to-do list to do that. Not necessarily so. I'm going to invite you to make a list, but don't have a time set to it, but also check in with your higher self in your energy field. And what I mean by that is go into a state of being and allowing the information and the inspiration to come from within yourself. When you are in that state, you get divine downloads, and then you could go into inspired action. So it's like the download gives you an idea. Well, I need to go to the beach today. And you're thinking to myself, why do I need to go to the beach? Well, you go to the beach, and it just so happens you run past with somebody that maybe you haven't seen in a while that has an important piece to your manifestation. So that's what I mean by taking inspired action. It's just like it's like having a meeting with your higher self, and I call it the CEO of you, your boardroom, if you want to call it, as far as, okay, show me my next step. Show me my next step. Instead of asking the W's and the H's, like, how is this going to happen? Or when is this going to happen? Or where is it going to happen? Just ask your higher self when you go into meditation, or even when you do, journaling or anything, show me my next step and see what comes through. I think it would really pleasantly surprise you, because when you're in the flow of that, you get these inspirations and ideas that are communicated to you via your higher self, and it gives you the inspired action, your next step to that manifestation. And I think the most important thing is like letting go and trusting the process. How often do we, it's almost like, I love the analogy that somebody gave me once. It's like you go to a diner and you put your order in for food. Are you always doing it every 5 minutes? Like, checking your order and making sure it was put in? Or do you trust when the order's put in, you're going to get the food that you ordered, maybe 20 minutes later? So are you constantly, like I'm going to say badgering the universe? Okay, where is it? Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Did you put it in? Did you put it in? I just remember, I'm going to share a story. One time, probably about 15 years ago, I was going through a little rough patch in my personal life. And, you just wonder sometimes if the universe is listening to you because, you're kind of going through the motions and nothing's really happening. And I just remembered getting really angry with the universe and saying, I've been asking and asking and asking, are you guys listening to me? And then out of the corner of my eye, I looked outside in my backyard, and something fell from the sky onto the pavement. And I'm like, what the heck is that? So I go outside, and there's no trees above this area on the pavement. And there was not just a feather, it was a whole raven's wing that dropped from the sky onto the pavement. And for me, it was like a huge sign from the universe that they were indeed listening to me and hearing me. So I sheepishly, came back into my house, and I could hear them all laughing at me, because I had just went into such a tizzy fit with what was going on, and I needed some validation that they were actually there, and they were in a big way. But it wasn't what I anticipated it as well. So what I think is important is that just about trusting the process and just letting it go. Because when we put too much attachment onto things and wanting something yesterday, sometimes there's things that need to happen behind the scenes in the invisible realm, okay, in order for that to fully manifest. Maybe other people have to come forward with the other puzzle pieces that are part of your 1,000-piece puzzle to plug in, and they're working on their stuff, and it's being divinely orchestrated behind the scenes, even though we do not see anything tangibly happening at this time. So this is where letting go and trusting the process is so essential. So, we also need to cut ourselves some slack too, and to not be so pushy, and just allow yourself to be in the flow of things without attachment, without getting in our own ways. Because when we pop out of that flow, and I think sometimes the flow is like when we're in the present moment, and then we pop from being in our body in the present moment into our head, and it's almost like slamming the emergency brakes on a car and trying to drive. We disengage from the flow, and we go into our ego mind and try to figure things out when in essence, there's nothing to figure out. It's already there for us. It's about remembering to get out of your own way and just allowing the process to occur. I feel that society and humans have been duped into believing that this is not how it works. It has to be something really complex in order for it to be valid or worth anything. And I invite people who have that tendency to revisit that and maybe adapt something different, because we're moving into a time, and we're crumbling old paradigms that had been in existence for a very, very, very long time, yet they're no longer effective or working as to where we are going. We're in a great state of possibilities now. And once we embrace that and step into that and just allow ourselves to be with that, I think this is where our aligned manifestation is just going to skyrocket, and where we're going to be able to create things that we truly desire from our heart's level. So you've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show, and we're talking about aligned manifestation. And we're on Inspired Choices Network. And so stay tuned where we're going to talk more about how you can implement aligning yourself so you can manifest what you truly create. So stay tuned.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We've been talking about aligned manifestation today on the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And, so many of us have wanted to create some amazing things in our lives. And sometimes when things just don't manifest, we kind of give up hope and think that, what, maybe this is just not what I'm supposed to be doing or whatever. And I'm just going to invite you to listen to today's episode just to gain some other wisdom, because I think it's so important. Some of the things that I've shared with you, it's about aligning the energy of what you really want to create with your feelings and your emotions, but it's also tapping into possibilities that are beyond what we think is the correct thing that we want. It's beyond that. And also that we're talking about quantum physics and from manifestation from the quantum physics approach. So, another thing that I've been told by many of my teachers when I talk about manifestation or went to them for manifestation was like, they kept saying I wasn't dreaming big enough. And I'm thinking to myself, dreaming? What the heck's that? How many of us have stopped dreaming in our lives? Okay. Maybe we've been disappointed or betrayed or, went through some really traumatic stuff where we've shut down our capability to dream or even possibly dream big. I know for me, I stopped dreaming because it seemed like no matter what I dreamt about, it was like it would never come to fruition. So I invite people, if they've stopped dreaming, to start dreaming again, and giving yourself permission and allowing yourself permission to do that. And, if you're stuck in old trauma or drama, it's like get some help from a mentor, a coach, even somebody like myself who can help you through that and to clear that up and heal that up so you're able to align yourself with where you want to go in the future. So let's talk about dreaming big, just so we could cover that a little bit, because I think it's an important concept. When we dream big, what happens? It expands our vision. So sometimes we think, oh, well, you know what? This is big enough. No, I invite you to go uber big. Just think about everything that could possibly happen. It's about daydreaming, because I know when we were kids, sometimes we were told, oh, she's such a daydreamer. It's just like, it's not good to daydream. It's really important to daydream. And I'll tell you why, because when you dream big, it encourages you to think beyond your current circumstances and limitations. We put so many limitations on ourselves that we keep ourselves in a box. It's about blowing out the boxes, the walls of the box, and just thinking really, really big, uber big. It allows you to envision a future that is more expansive and fulfilling, which can inspire and motivate you to take action towards your goals. I call it inspired action towards your goals. It increases your belief in possibility. And I feel that many of us have put limitations on ourselves as to what's possible, or put a cap on to what's possible. I feel that anything is possible. There's no limitations to that. So when you dare to dream big, you start to believe that achieving your desires is possible. This belief is essential for manifestation because it aligns your thoughts and emotions with the outcome that you truly want to desire. It also raises your vibration. Dreaming big elevates your energy and vibration, making you more aligned with positive manifestations. When you focus on big dreams and goals, you emit a powerful energy that attracts similar frequencies into your life. Remember, everything is energy and a frequency. The bigger that you dream, the bigger the energy is, and the more you're going to be able to manifest and align that. Dreaming big ignites your creativity and innovation. Now, I want to put a sidestep in here too, is that when you ignites your creativity and innovation, if you're stuck and you've got some old baggage, energetic baggage that you're carrying around, guess what? That takes up valuable real estate in your body, mind, and soul. And it robs you of your creative juices because there's so much stuff running the show, undercurrent of that old baggage, that it's like you don't have any other room for that creativity to come in. Please, please, please heal those things up, because it's going to clear out valuable real estate for you so more creativity could come in. It also creates momentum when you dream big, and it also inspires you. Inspiration is huge. You listen to motivational speakers. They have very, very large capacity dream big capabilities, and it's like the wave just carries you with them. So I invite you to listen to people who have bigger dreams than you and just allow yourself to ride the wave, so to say, with that momentum and use it for yourself as well. And you know what? Dreaming big also attracts abundance. Dreaming big allows you to be expansive. It allows your energy to grow and move out and radiate from you. So it's like the energy of this good, delicious stuff is going to attract more and more things. In summary, when you dream big, it's a very powerful tool for manifestation as it expands your vision, increases your belief in possibility, raises your vibration, ignites your creativity and innovation, inspires action, creates momentum, and attracts abundance into your life. So I invite you to dare to dream big and believe in the limitless possibilities that are available to you. So, what are some of the, what are some of the simplest ways to do that? People are probably going to ask as well. And, I think it's about creating some time for you so you could learn how to be your own best friend. It's about self-care. It's about setting time for yourself to reflect, be it in nature or sitting on the couch in the evening without electronic devices, just sitting in a meditative state or doing a mindful activity. Some people like to do vision boards. If that resonates with you, by all means do that. Practice affirmations. And, let's talk a little bit about affirmations. Create affirmations as if it's already happened and it's happening right now, not in the future, not in the past. not with a negative, I don't want to have this. Because guess what? When you say, I don't want to have this as an affirmation, you're creating basically, I want to have what I don't want. Okay. It's something to think about. Surround yourself with inspiration. We talked a little bit about that as well. Listen to uplifting, motivating people. Surround yourself with friends who are going to support you and are like-minded people. And if you're around people that are not supporting you, maybe it's time to upgrade your friends and the energy that you surround yourself with. Take small steps towards your dreams. Stay open to the possibilities. Become what I call a possibilitarian. I love that word because it's like anything is possible, and it's endless and infinite possibilities of possibilities. I know that didn't really make any sense, did it? Also, we know this from speaking about this before. It's like just be in a state of gratitude and appreciation, because that is a magnet in itself to attracting more and more things to be grateful for and appreciative of all the yummy, delicious things that we have in our lives and stuff like that. So, what are some takeaways that we could talk about um, from a quantum energy perspective when we want to really tap into that? Things to remember are this: energy follows intention. Okay. Quantum physics teaches us that energy follows intention. When you dream big and set expansive intentions for your life, you are directing energy towards these goals. Your focus, thoughts, and intentions act as energetic blueprints that shape your reality. So, energy follows intention. Feel what it feels like to have what you desire. That's another aspect of energy follows intention. So feel the emotions of what it's like to have that. Is it gratitude, appreciation as you're focusing on that? What you're feeling, is it yummy and delicious or not so much? Focus on the feelings that you're having that you want when you have that manifestation in your mind and in the present moment, because everything is happening all at once. It's already there for you. It's about, remember, tapping into a higher vibration so you're able to create that for yourself. Focus on possibility, not limitation. Remember, become a possibilitarian. Love that word. Quantum mechanics suggests that at the quantum level, all possibilities exist simultaneously until observed or collapsed into a specific outcome. By dreaming big, you shift your focus from limitation to possibility, opening yourself up to a broader range of potential outcomes. Vibrational alignment. We talked a lot about that too. Everything in the universe, including our thoughts and emotion, vibrates at a certain frequency. Dreaming big raises your vibration and puts you in a vibrational alignment with your desires. So really dream big so your vibration will automatically raise to the higher frequency. Entanglement and connection. Quantum entanglement describes the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. That means that everything is kind of interconnected in ways we have no idea. I've talked about this on other episodes of the Dr. Dolores Show. We are more connected than you have no idea, and it's a matrix. It's not an A plus B equals C. It's like A plus P equals M equals N equals 2 plus 3, and all these things. Things are connected in ways that make no logical sense. And the observer effect. According to the observer effect in quantum physics, the act of observation can influence the behavior particles at the quantum level. Similarly, your focused attention and belief in your dreams can influence their manifestation into your reality. So dream big, people. So almost come to the end of the Dr. Dolores show for today, but we got one more break. So when we come back, we're just going to share a recap of what we kind of learned today about aligned manifestation. And once again, you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And when we return, we will wrap things up. See you in a moment.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. You've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And today's show has been about aligned manifestation. And for those people who've had a real struggle with manifesting the things that they truly desire in their life, this is a show and an episode for you to really sink your teeth into and dig into that. Sarah wrote here, this is really good. I'm sending the show to my son and hubby. Please share. It's good information, and I believe that there's some untapped jewels and gems that people aren't really aware of. And I think once you become aware of those things, it's going to be so much more, I'm going to say, you're going to be so much more resilient at stepping into manifesting and creating things that are really truly aligned with you, and having your manifestations really be delicious and yummy. So we talked so much about quantum physics, manifesting, talked about The Secret, we talked about things that do work and things that probably not have worked before. We're in really interesting times in humanity's evolution, and we're witnessing the crumbling of older paradigms that are kind of going away, and where we've taken our power and given it away to something outside of ourselves, instead of really truly coming within ourselves and just aligning with that innate power within us so we can manifest what is truly aligned with our highest and best good and who we are. Remember, everything that we ever desired for ourselves is in our energy field. We just are vibrating at different frequencies. And until we match the frequency of what we are desiring, it probably will not manifest. So I think one of the most important things too, and we talked about this in the last segment, is about dreaming and dreaming big. For those of you who have stopped dreaming, I invite you to please start dreaming again. It's safe to dream. You're in the best time in humanity's development to work on these things and to clear your energy field so you could have more valuable real estate, so you're able to tap into dreaming big and being creative. So what are the 3 things to remember about dreaming big and quantum physics and aligned manifestation? I think these things are really the most important thing, and I'm going to share with you. Believe in possibility. Okay. I encourage you to believe in the possibility of your dreams, and that your dreams have power to create the life you desire, and no dream is too big or too far-fetched. By shifting your mindset from limitation to possibility, you can unlock your potential and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Okay. The key is unlocking you so you give yourself permission to dream big and bigger than you could ever imagine. I think the next important thing is aligning your thoughts and actions. Align your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions with your dreams. And, stay positive, positive thinking, positive action, visualization, and inspired action. Like I said, inspired action, I'm going to say divine inspired action towards your goals. When thoughts and actions are in alignment, remember, they become magnetic to the opportunities and resources needed to manifest the dream. Okay? And it's not about asking the W's and the H's. Don't ask the what, when, who, where, why, and how. It's about show me my next step. Show me my next step. And just whatever you get, you take your next step. Maybe your next step is to just sit and drink a cup of coffee or tea. Maybe by taking that step, you're just going to calm yourself down so you could move forward without going down the rabbit hole of stress and popping out of your physical body into your head trying to figure it out. Okay? Time to chill, relax, be in the moment. Resilience and persistence is the third thing. Remember that sometimes we have setbacks and challenges, but that's a natural part of the journey, okay? Without the perseverance and determination, you can't develop resilience and persistence. And this is what it's about, just being persistent and moving forward no matter what's going on. Don't let a setback just paralyze you and keep you stuck and not move forward. That's like giving up on your dream. Please, please, please do not ever, ever give up on your dream. Okay? Stay focused on your vision and what the end product is, and remember to feel what it feels like to have that, and just tap back into that feeling and that essence, and stay open to new possibilities. And like I said, never ever give up on your dreams. So we've learned quite a bit about aligned manifestation today here on the Dr. Dolores Show. And, I encourage you, just trust the process, allow yourself to experience. And I think the most important thing is just to continue to dream big. Now, next week on the Dr. Dolores Show, we're going to be talking about embracing choice, navigating life's crossroads. And I'm just going to read from the description. In this transformative episode, Embrace Choice, Navigating Life's Crossroads, join host Dr. Dolores Fazzino as we delve into the intricate landscape of decision-making, explore the profound impact of choices on the tapestry of your life, and empower yourself to navigate with newfound wisdom from the seemingly mundane to the life-altering. Discover the artistry behind every decision. Through captivating stories and practical guidance, we unravel the anatomy of choices, revealing the conscious and unconscious forces that shape our destinies. Learn to embrace your intuition, the silent navigator within, guiding you through the labyrinth of options with grace and clarity. Dive into the emotional aftermath of choices, understand the ripple effect that echoes through your life, and cultivate a mindset aligned with your long-term goals. So stay tuned next week. We're always live on Wednesdays, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time on Inspired Choices Network. And, as we wrap up for today, just a thing to really remember. Love and trust yourself. Dream big. You are worth it. And the sky's the limit. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. Dr. Dolores returns Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and create your best life. You are worth it.